So you're going to buy a new motorcycle and the first thing that you're going to ask is, are they going to last? So today I've got 3 motorcycles to show you that are a little bit older so that you can see exactly whether they last or not. So today I've got 3 bikes to show you. One is the Lexmoto Milano. This is a 2021 model and it has 8,600 miles on the clock. So we'll have a look around and just so that you can see exactly what condition this bike is in. And to be fair, it's in quite good nick. So as you can see on the wheels, there is a little bit of corrosion, but you're going to get that in the UK salt on the roads. Plastic still in good condition. There are some scuffs on the footrests here, but obviously your feet. Whoever had this previously has changed to a Lextech exhaust system. Very loud, not my cup of tea, but there you go. And this was recalled at one point for these bolts just here, which this one's been done. Brakes. Little bit of scoring, but it's done 8,000 miles, so you're going to expect that sort of stuff. I wouldn't have thought the tyres have been changed on this bike, and they're looking like they're getting to the point where they're going to need changing at some point soon. But again, wear and tear. Same with the front brakes, a little bit of scoring, but wear and tear. Now as you can see, this bike has been looked after, the service records are all up to date, and it has been, kept in a garage, I would say. It has some marks on it where some surface rust, a tiny bit, but again, UK weather, salt on the roads and stuff, you are going to get a little bit of this, but you can just wipe it off, so. As I said, just a little bit of surface rust. The seat on this has perished a little bit, but usually this happens when you get a larger person on it and doing this all the time. But on a whole, the bike is still in a good condition. It hasn't been used for off-roading, it hasn't been used for deliveries. 6,800 miles on the clock, and the bike is still as it should be. It works fine, everything works on it. So yeah, next bike. So this is a Yamasaki YM50. It's first registered in February 2019. Much older bike, but still it's in a good nick. This one doesn't actually have many miles on it. I think it was stored. Sometimes what you find is people will buy a motorcycle, get on it a couple of times, maybe have a little bit of a prang and not want to use it again. So this was stored in a garage, most probably, and somebody else bought it, asked us to get it running, but it runs absolutely fine. So we'll have a little bit of a look around it, just so you can see conditions. So there's a bit of a scuff there, but that one rubs off. Panels are all still intact. Tyres are good, but again, it hasn't done many miles. There's not a lot of scoring on the discs. Again, not many miles. Fork seals are still good. A little bit of corrosion there, but that's to be expected for a bike of this age. The chain was a little bit seized when it come here, but usually people don't oil the chain. I had to grease it up and free it off. A little bit of corrosion there as well. Surface rust here. So not all bikes are made equal, and you do have to do a little bit of research beforehand. And yes, if you do not look after your bike and you do not service it and you do not clean it and you do not keep it in a dry condition, it will not look like this. But majority of the time, any issues with a bike is due to it either being not serviced, not cleaned, not maintained correctly. And remember, every motorcycle that you buy now in the UK, 125 and above, has at least 2 years warranty, and the majority of 50cc's have 1 year's warranty. So if anything major goes wrong, you've got a little bit of backup. But you do still need to do your servicing to make sure that your warranty is still valid. So that's the Yamasaki YM50. I've got one more to show you. This is an April 2020 bike, and it is a Keeway RKR. It has about 3,500 miles on the clock. Let's go around. So no surface rust on the wheels, and the spokes and the forks are all good. Somebody did a bodgification on the mudguard. It must have cracked at one point. They've changed the indicators. Engine still looks quite clean. Exhaust isn't rusty. There's a little bit of corrosion on the rear pegs. Back wheel's dirty but not corroded. A little bit of corrosion on the disc, but only on the outside. The problem with these sort of bikes is if you leave them for any period of time without using the brakes, then they will corrode slightly. But if you look at any car that's been left outside for any amount of time, even 2 weeks, you'll see that on the disc there will be some light corrosion. Tyres, there's loads of tread left on them, and they are going to last probably another 10,000 miles. A little bit of corrosion on the rear tidy there. Chain is in good condition. There's still adjustment left on it. Rear peg has a little bit of corrosion. Somebody's bodgificated the mudguard here. That looks like a proper bodgification. Bodgification. Yeah. New word. That's really what I've got to show you. All of these three bikes are probably about average for these sort of things. You can get better and you can get considerably worse. Majority of this is down to poor maintenance for the worst ones. Now, I'm not saying that every single bike that comes from China or Japan for that matter is going to be that good. If you do have wiring issues, if you do have a mechanical issue, keep your servicing to what it's supposed to be, and then you can go back to the shop you bought it from and get them to do the warranty work. You've got warranty, you pay for the bike, use it, use your warranty. So the take home from this video should be, do your servicing when you're supposed to do it. Keep your bike clean, especially in the UK when it gets to the winter months and they're starting to put salt and grit on the road. That really does affect corrosion and stuff like that. So make sure that you keep your bike clean, keep your bike safe, check the things that you are supposed to check: tyre pressure, brake pads, oil levels, all of this sort of stuff, and your bike should last for a while. The average lifespan on any 125cc motorbike, Japanese, Chinese, Hercules, grab your knees, it doesn't matter where they come from, is about 20,000 miles. And on a 50, the average is about 10. From my experience, people usually use 125s for about 10,000 miles, then sell them on, and for a 50 it's usually about 2. So, yeah. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video, hopefully you've got a little bit of information out of it, and hopefully you can see that Chinese bikes aren't as bad as they used to be, and they used to be pretty bad. But yeah, you can pay £2,000 to £3,000 for a Chinese motorcycle like the Keeway RKR, or you can pay about £6,000 for the Japanese equivalent, which is going to last you just as long and will probably corrode and have damage exactly the same as what a 125cc Chinese bike will have. So, mumbling. So what I want you to take home from this video is that as long as you keep your bike tidy, as long as you do the things you're supposed to do, i.e. servicing, i.e. checking brake pads, brake discs, tyres and oil, and not riding the bike stupidly, then any 125cc bike should last. And if you do have any mechanical issues with it and you've done your servicing, you will have 2 years warranty. So if the engine blows up for any reason and you've done your servicing, tell them to put a new one in. If your forks, not fork seals, but if your forks get damaged or pitted, get them to replace them. If your suspension fails, get them to replace them. If your swinging arm fails, get them to replace them. So yeah, hopefully you've got some information out of this video, and hopefully you will be a little bit easier, and hopefully you will have an easier time on considering whether to get a Chinese motorcycle or a Japanese motorcycle or whatever. Remember, most bikes under 400cc are probably made in China anyway, and every single one has Chinese components. So, yeah. Remember, if you want to support my channel and help me make videos in the future, please join. So if you want to help out riding reviews in the future and help me make these videos, please hit that join button to support my channel, or go on to the links in the description and buy some merch. All of this helps me out a lot and helps me make this content. Subscribe to my channel and hit the thumbs up. If you didn't like this video, comment below and tell me how I can make them better in the future. But as always, ride safe.